to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100+ globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100+ global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500+ multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100+ authorized training partners and 50+ universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000+ members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining today's session. We'll be starting a session now. Please allow me a minute so I can share my screen and we can start. Meanwhile, please let us know where you are watching this session from. We would love to know your locations. And here we go. I hope you all can see my screen. Here we go. Thank you so much again for joining today's session. I would love to give you all a very warm welcome to our learning series, GSDC Certified Learning and Development 2026, 26, Shaping Workforce, Agility and Strategic Growth, with a theme that is where learning meets strategy to power high-performance organizations. My name is Preetam. I'll be here as moderator today. I apologize about the camera. I'm facing some issue with that. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any question or concern through the chat box, and I'm very happy to assist you all. So what excites this series more, that you can see we do have this incredible panel of industry experts who will be joining us to share their insights. This is happening this week, 6th to 10th April. So today we'll be having the second last session of the week. So do join us for the rest of the session as well with the same registration link on the same time slot. And before I could hand over the session to our speaker, would love to quickly introduce our hosting organization, those who have joined us for the first time. We're known as Global Skill Development Council. We are vendor agnostic, vendor neutral. We are globally recognized certification body, and we are accredited by ABICB. Also, we do have certified more than 250,000 professionals worldwide. Also, we have associated multinational corporates with us, more than 1,000+, 500 Fortune companies, and 50+ universities across the globe. And I'm very proud thing to share with you all that we do have 100+ authorized training partner across the globe. We have partners in Asia, Africa, Canada, America, and many other countries. So a big thanks to all our training partners for supporting us and all those who have joined us through our training partner channel. In case if you're looking for any training program for yourself, feel free to reach out to our training partners to have an inquiry about it. You will find all the contact details shortly in the chat box. A special thanks to our official media partner, World Press Hub. They cover all our events and press releases. A quick introduction to the amazing platform that we have for all the AI learners. So this is the platform where we are providing 100+ live sessions on monthly basis, which is led by global experts, where you'll be getting 4 daily sessions, which is 45 minutes of live impactful sessions, along with the hands-on learning, where you'll be getting an opportunity to apply all the concepts immediately that you have learned. And in case if you get any question or doubts, that will be resolved on real time with the help of our subject matter experts. So this training is basically aligned with the industry standards for the job ready skills. So this is the amazing opportunity where you'll be learning from the AI leaders around the globe. So in case if you want to know more information about the JSTC AI Studio, feel free to reach out to our learning advisors for more information to check how you can access to JSTC AI Studio. A quick introduction to our certification portfolio, where we do have this certification program for all of you. Learning and development, HR, generative AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead, auditor, implementer, project management, and PMO, agile DevOps, SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and so on. So this certification portfolio is specifically designed for all the professionals worldwide who want to upskill themselves and who want to stay industry relevant in this AI era, right? So feel free to check this out. You can visit our website www.gstcouncil.org for more information and to check other offerings that GSTC has for all of you. So what all benefits you'll be getting? You will become GSTC's member for a lifelong. With that, you'll be getting certificate upgrade, free access to all our events, workshop, boot camps, and guess what? Free access to all our exclusive learning program that we have. Along with that, you'll be getting implementation resources, speaker invites, and newsletter. A lot of benefits, right? So if you want to understand more about these benefits, feel free to reach out to our learning advisors to get all the information regarding all the certification programs along with the benefits we have. And we would love to thank you to all our participants who have shared their experiences with us. So feel free to share your experiences as well, as we would love to see them. And also, if any feedback for us, we are happy to take those. So it shows that GSTC isn't just a certification, it is a transformation backed by real voices, right? So feel free to share your experiences as well. And in case if you're looking for any partnership program with GSTC, feel free to reach out to relevant spot that we have mentioned in this slide. You can take a screenshot of it. I'll be sharing these details in the chat box for your convenience. So feel free to reach out whether you want to go for individual certifications, authorized training partnership, or university partnership, or enterprise level partnership. So without any further delay, I would love to introduce our today's speaker, Esha Patel. She is a senior solution architect recognized for leading the design of secure, resilient, and scalable cloud native e-commerce platform with extensive experience in e-commerce modernization, AI, cybersecurity, and enterprise integration. She has delivered transformative solution for global retail and wholesale clients at IBM. Esha drives architecture strategy across e-commerce ecosystem, ensuring performance, compliance, and innovation at scale. Passionate about technology leadership and digital resilience, she continues to shape the future of cloud architecture that powers secure, scalable, and connected digital commerce. Let's learn from her. Today's topic she'll be presenting, that is turning learning into business value, how learning and development enabled AI-driven e-commerce transformation. Thank you so much, Isha, for joining us today. You can have the handover of the mic now. Thank you.
Thank you, Preetham, for the brief intro. And welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. Let me quick share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, so today we are going to explore a question that sits at the intersection of the talent, strategy, and the digital commerce. How can learning and development become a measurable driver of business performance during AI-driven e-commerce transformation? So this is not a theoretical conversion. Everything you will see is grounded in enterprise case studies, published research, and real pattern observed across organizations trying to scale AI in their digital commerce environments with very different results. The central insight is the simple but often overlooked. The biggest constraint on e-commerce AI performance isn't the technologist, it's the workforce readiness. Organizations invest heavily in the AI tools like AI powered search, personalization tools, and customer data platforms, but too often the team operating these tools don't have the skills to unlock their value. So today I'll walk you through a practical evidence-based framework that repositions learning and development from the support functions into strategic performance driver, one that directly tied to the conversion, revenue perceptions, and speed to the market. So now let's get started. So here is our roadmap. Everything today rooted in the real e-commerce operations like product discovery, checkout, personalization, and catalog management. We will start by framing the core challenge, why most e-commerce AI initiatives underperform, and the research evidence that points to the workforce readiness as the bottleneck. Then we will move into the framework, a four-pillar model for embedding learning into digital commerce delivery. And this is where you will see the role-based upskilling, learning in the flow of work, apply specifically to the e-commerce sprints and how organizations have mapped AI skills directly to the customer journey funnel. And then we will walk through two enterprise case studies with published metrics. And we will close with the practical playbook. That's where the 5 things you can start immediately to begin repositioning the learning and development as a growth driver within your own e-commerce organization. So let's start by framing the challenge with data. So research from the McKinsey, BCG, and the Gartner constantly shows that approximately 70% of e-commerce AI initiatives underperform. And the root cause isn't the technology, it's the gap between what AI tools can do and what people operating them actually know how to do. This manifests in very specific, recognizable pattern across the industry. So first is AI powered search. Organizations deploy sophisticated search platforms with the semantic and AI ranking capabilities. But when they go live, relevance doesn't improve as expected. Why? Because merchandisers haven't been trained to tune the relevance models. They don't understand weighting, boosting, or how to interpret search analytics. The AI is technically live, but nobody steering it. Now, second is the personalization. So, companies invest in powerful personalization engines like recommendations, targeting, content variant. But there is a critical gap. No one on team knows how to map this customer journey end to end. And this can translate AI personalization into concrete decision about which segment sees what, when, and why. The engine runs, but it's barely used. And third is the customer data platforms. So this gets implemented unified customer and product data. But in practice, data stays in the silo. Product data sits with merchandising, behavior data sits with analytics. Marketing has a audience definitions, but data team lacks the context. The CDP is technically live, but few people know how to activate it for the real-time commerce. And fourth is the checkout optimization. So AI ready checkout flows has the ability to test the pricing, offer, layout are in place, but teams does not have basic understanding on experimentation literacy. They can't design proper A/B test, interpret results, or make the confident data-driven decisions. So optimization stalls. This pay and fourth is the checkout optimization. This pattern has been documented across hundreds of enterprise implementation. The technology works, the bottleneck is the people. And this is the core insight that should inform everything we discussed today. Buying AI tool is an easy part, but building AI capability in people is the hard part. Now let's make this gap visible with a concrete side-by-side comparison. This pattern comes from enterprise assessment, and you will likely recognize version of it in your own organization. So on a left side, you see the e-commerce AI stack that's been deployed and is technically ready. It has AI-powered search, personalization engine, customer data platforms, headless commerce, and cloud analytics. On the right side, the reality of team readiness. Only 50% of staff can configure AI search engine. Zero merchandiser have been trained on personalized roles. Data team can't build real-time customer segments. Nobody understands headless content modeling for AI delivery. Product managers can't interpret machine learning experiment reports. So from leadership's vantage point, everything looks done. Search, deployed. Personalization, bought. CDP, implemented. But value is not the flowing because skills are missing at every critical point in the funnel. Gartner's result quantifies this. 64% of the organizations cite workforce skills, not technology limitations, as their top barrier to AI-driven commerce success. And what makes this especially dangerous is the organizational response. When AI underperforms, companies tend to buy more tools, switch vendors, and hire more consultants instead of addressing the real constraint, which is the people capability. And this is where learning and development has become a transformative opportunity, but only if it shifts from traditional training model to the something fundamentally different, which is exactly what we will explore now. So, this slide illustrates the three-stage evolution that research and practice has shown to be critical for L&D transformation in digital commerce environments. On the left, the old model, and this is probably familiar to many of you. Learning and development delivers generic training. The same AI or digital course goes to everyone regardless of role. Training happens after platform launch. Success is measured by completion certificate, and learning and development operates completely disconnected from the product and engineering organizations. In the middle, the transition phase. This is where many organizations are today. Learning becomes more aligned, role-specific courses, training closer to the implementation timelines. skill assessments instead of just the attendance tracking. And learning and development begins communicating with the product teams. This helps, but it is still not enough because learning is supporting delivery rather than driving it. On the right side, the embedded model. And this is where the breakthrough happens. This is where learning and development becomes genuine growth driver for e-commerce performance. In the embedded model, learning shows up inside the tools people already use, like Jira tickets, Slack channels, sprint rituals. Instead of theoretical exercise, teams work through the micro labs using real catalog data, actual SKUs, actual search indexes, actual customer behavior patterns. So the success metrics shift from course completion to the business KPIs like conversion rate, revenue per session, time to ship AI features. And the most transformative change is learning and development participates in the sprint planning. The learning team helps answer question like what skill do we need for this sprint search feature? Where will team struggle when we turn on personalization? And what micro learning would unblock the delivery this week? So, Harvard Business Review research from 2023 found that organizations embedding learning into operational workflows sees 3.5 times faster capability building compared to traditional approach. That's not the incremental improvement, it's the fundamentally different speed of organizational learning. So now we will review the framework. So here is the framework. Has the 4 pillars, each designed specifically for digital commerce environments. This is not a generic learning and development model adapted for e-commerce. It was ready to build from the ground up based on what actually works in commerce team structure. So the pillar 1 is role-based upskilling, means different roles need fundamentally different learning paths. Merchandisers learn different things than the data engineers. Product managers learn different things than customer experience teams. And the principle is that the learning should mirror the role's actual interaction with the AI tools, not generic AI literacy courses. Pillar 2 is learning in e-commerce flow. This is about embedding small targeted learning moments inside the tools and the rhythms people already use during their sprints. And 5-minute module in Slack before sprint planning, checklist in Jira tickets, reference cards during code reviews. The principle is the don't pull the people out of work to learn. Make learning part of your work. And the pillar 3 is the AI commerce capabilities. So this covers hands-on practical skill building, but critically it uses the real e-commerce environments, real search indexes, real personalization rules, real CDP segments, real checkout flows, not theoretical exercises or generic datasets. The principle is fact data doesn't build the real skill. And the pillar 4 is e-commerce KPI tracking. Every learning activity gets tied to business metric, conversion rates, average order value, revenue per session, time to ship, self-sufficiency ratio. So, but not the course completion, not satisfaction scores, business outcomes. And the principle is if learning doesn't move a metric that leadership care about, it doesn't count. And we will go deeper into each pillar with specific example and the relevant case study as evidence. So let's go deeper into pillar 1, role-based upskilling. The principle here is straightforward but rarely implemented well. Different e-commerce roles interact with AI in fundamentally different ways. So they need fundamentally different learning paths. Here are 5 role clutters that research and practice have shown to be critical. First, merchandiser and category managers. These are the people closest to the product catalog and search experience. They need skill in AI search tuning, understanding how ranking algorithm work, how to configure boost rules, how to set the personalization strategies. The most effective learning method, hands-on search relevance labs where they work with the actual catalog, and the A/B test workshop where they design experiments on the real product pages. Second is solution architects and the engineers. They are building the infrastructure that AI runs on. They need skills in headless API orchestration, machine learning pipeline integration, and event tracking architecture. The learning method includes architecture labs built around the actual commerce APIs and the data pipeline the organization uses. Third is the product managers. They are the bridge between business goals and the technical implementation. And needed skill are AI use case prioritization, experiment design, and customer journey mapping. And method includes revenue impact workshops where they practice connecting AI feature to the business metric, plus the CDP segments and the design exercise. And fourth is the data and analytics team. They are building the data foundation. It includes the real-time segments, feature stores, recommendation algorithms, and method includes the bootcamp on the live commerce data for the real behavior and transactional. Fifth is the marketing and customer experience teams. They are executing the customer-facing experiences. And skills required are journey orchestration, content personalization, and trigger campaign design. And method includes personalization playbooks and cross-channel lab exercise. Every learning path uses real commerce tools and real catalog data. So organizations that train on the synthetic data see dramatically lower skill transfer to the production environments. Now, this is one of the most powerful framework in the presentation, and it's one that tend to generate the most aha moment. So the idea is simple but transformative. Let's walk through. At the discovery stage, customers are searching for products. AI capability needed is search ranking and relevance. Responsible team is merchandisers working with engineers. Skills includes vector search, semantic matching, and query intent understanding and boosting the strategies. At the browse stage, customers are exploring categories and the product list. The AI capability is recommendation and personalization. Data teams and product managers own these. And the skills include collaborative filtering, real-time personalization rules, and segment-based merchandising. At the product detail page, the focus shift from content shift to the content AI and cross-sell logic. The CMS team, content management, system teams, and architect leads. And they required skills dynamic content assembly, AI powered cross sell models, and content variant testing. At the cart stage, dynamic pricing and bundling AI come into play, where product managers and data teams collaborate on the pricing optimization experiments, bundle recommendation models, and cart value maximization. At the checkout, conversion optimization AI is critical. Engineers and analysts own this. For the payment optimization, amendment predictions, and conversion funnel A/B testing. And at the post-purchase, journey orchestration takes over. Marketing and customer experience team leads. They trigger the campaign design, retention modeling, and lifecycle personalizations. And the Forrester's research found that organizations using this kind of journey map skill framework report 2.4 times faster AI feature adoption compared to the organizations using generic training approach. The key insight is this map becomes your upskilling blueprint when you can point to a specific funnel stage and say, here is the skill gap, here is who needs it, and here is the business matrix it affects. That's when learning and development conversation with the leadership change completely. Okay, so this is the pillar 2. Is about eliminating the false choices between learning and productivity. The traditional model says stop working to learn, but the embedded model says learning is working. So here is how it maps to the typical sprint cycle in e-commerce team. During the sprint planning, team identifies what AI skill they need for this sprint's feature. If they are building search improvement, someone asks, does the team have the skills to implement AI ranking? If not, micro-learning module get added to the sprint alongside the user stories. During the daily build work, 5-minute micro modules are available in the team's communication channels. These are not the mandatory courses, they are just in time reference materials. Here is how to configure boost rule in our search platform. Here is 3-minute explainer on how collaborative filtering works in our search engine. During the code review, AI based practices get shared directly in the PR reviews. And AI relevance checklist becomes the part of the review template. Engineers learn by reviewing each other's AI implementation. During the QA and testing, A/B test design training happens in context of the actual experiments being set up for the products. Teams learn experimentation methodology while actually setting up the test they need to run. And during the sprint retrospective, team celebrates skill wins. I learned to tune search ranking and CTR improved X%, and logs learning gaps for next sprint. So here is the documented example from AI search sprint, like Monday, 5-minute Slack module on the vector search basics before sprint planning. Wednesday, hands-on search lab where team tunes the ranking rules on the live product catalog. Thursday peer review call includes the AI relevance checklist. Learning embedded directly in the code review. And Friday retro, team shares the search improvements and logs need to learn for the next sprint. Now we will review the pillar 3. Pillar 3 focuses on the specific AI capabilities that need to be built across the e-commerce organization. Not the generic one, it's 4 focused domain, each tied to specific part of the commerce experience. So the domain 1 is AI powered product discovery. So this covers vector search and semantic matching. Teaching teams how modern search works beyond the keyword matching. Search relevance tuning. So the practical skill of adjusting weights, boost, and ranking factors. Facets navigation with AI. How to configure intelligent filters and attributes, and query understanding and intent. Recognizing what customers actually mean when they search. These skills are critical because AI-powered search is often the first and highest AI investment in the e-commerce. Domain 2, personalization and recommendation. So collaborative filtering basics, real-time personalization rule configuration, cross-sell and upsell model understanding, segment-based merchandising. The key learning principle here is merchandisers and marketers need to understand recommendation logic well enough to configure it, to monitor it, and intervene when it's not performing. And domain 3 is customer data and segmentations. So CDP architectures and data flows, real-time audience building, behavior event tracking, and product affinity modeling. This is about making the data team and their stakeholder fluent fluent in how customer data powers real-time commerce decisions. And the domain 4 is checkout and conversion AI. So that includes dynamic price experiments, cart amendment predictions, payment optimization, A/B test design and analysis. This last skill, experimentation literacy, is consistency one of the most impactful learning investment. When team can confidently design, run, and interpret experiments, optimization's velocity increased dramatically. So every capability area uses the real e-commerce data and production tools. Hands-on practice with real data produces dramatically higher skill transfer than theoretical training. So let me walk you through the documented case studies from enterprise retailer rolling out AI-powered product search. So the first phase focus on skill assessment across the merchandising, engineering, data, and QA. What they found was typical. The search platform was but most of the team lacked the skill to configure relevance search analytics or work with the modern AI search concept like semantic matching. This type of assessment is critical because it creates the urgency. When leadership sees that teams operating major AI investment can't fully use it, the conversation quickly shifts from do we need training to how fast can we build capability. The next phase introduces the role-based learning paths built on real catalog data. Merchandisers work directly on relevance tuning in live search environments. Engineers focus on API integrations in the search architecture. Product managers practice, experiment, design using real search performance metrics. Learning was then embedded directly into active AI search sprints. Micromodules appeared in delivery workflow. Officers created space for real-time troubleshooting, and peer coaching helped spread expertise quickly across the team. Within the delivery phase, the team shipped AI-powered search within semantic and personalized ranking, built and operated entirely in-house. This was the major shift from previous reliance on external support. Impact was measured through control experimentation. Search performance improved across key indicators. Zero, zero result search decline and overall value generated from search interaction increase. This outcome aligns with the industry benchmark. And pillar 4 is where learning and development on its sit at leadership table. The shift is simple but powerful. Stop measuring learning activity and start measuring business outcome. When learning and development talks in terms of the conversion, speed to shape, self-sufficiency, and the revenue impact, it stop being a cost center and start being a recognized as a growth driver. So here you see the fundamental shift here is the mindset. And so the search conversion looks at what happens after customers use search. When merchandisers understand how to tune relevance models, configure rule, and interpret search analytics, and discovery improves. AI feature time to market measures how quickly AI capabilities move from idea to production. Personalization coverage reflects how broadly AI driven experiences are actually used across the site. Consultant dependency is powerful but often overlooked metric. As internal capability increase, resilience on outdoor support drops. Revenue per session captures what leadership ultimately cares about. And finally, zero result rate highlights the lost opportunity. When teams know how to manage metadata, relevance logic, fewer search fail, every avoided result search protects the potential revenue and improves the customer experience. The message at the bottom of this slide is the most important one. Stop tracking course completions, track the conversion, speed to ship, and value creation. Before moving on, it's important to zoom out and ground this framework in industry research. So, across the McKinsey, BCG, Gartner, Forrester, and Josh Bersin's work, the message is remarkably consistent. Organizations don't fail at AI because of tools, they fail because teams aren't ready to operate them. The data shows that when learning is embedded into the workflows, role specific and tied to real business outcomes, organizations scale AI faster and see materiality better results. This validates shift we have been discussing from traditional training to capability building inside the flow of e-commerce delivery. Now, across here are the 5 lessons that have emerged consistently across the implementation. These are the pattern validated through repeated applications. So lesson 1 is the start with the e-commerce funnel, not the course catalog. This is the single most important mindset shift. Traditional learning and development starts with like, what courses should we offer? The embedded model start with, what skill does each stage of our conversion funnel require? When you design learning backwards from the funnel, everything becomes more focused, more relevant, and more measurable. Now, the lesson 2 is use real data in every learning lab. This is remarkably rare. Most organizations still train on generic or synthetic data set. Evidence shows that training on production data, kind of clone of production data, real SKUs, real search queries, real customer segments, produces roughly 3 times higher skill transfer to actual work. Fact data doesn't build the real skills. Lesson 3 is cross-functional learning dramatically outperforms siloed training. When merchandisers and engineers work together, understanding each other's constraint, vocab, and perspectives, outcomes improves by approximately 3 times. AI search needs both the business logic understanding of merchandisers and technical implementation skill of engineers. So without that, neither can succeed alone. Lesson 4 is micro beats macro, especially during the e-commerce sprints. 5-minute modules delivered in between stand-ups consistently outperform 4-hour workshop sessions. And here is the counterintuitive finding is sprint velocity actually improves when learning is woven into sprint cycles rather than competing with it. Team makes fewer mistakes, ask better questions, and unblock themselves faster. And the lesson 5 is tie every learning outcome to e-commerce KPIs. This is about language as much as measurement. Don't say we train the team on AI search. Say we reduce the zero result rate by X%. And don't say merchandisers completed personalized training. Instead, say personalization coverage went from X to X% of the pages. That's the language that gets leadership attention and continue investment. These 5 lessons From this checklist, you can apply immediately. And this is where theory turns into actions. These 5 steps are practical, low lift, and can start anytime. No new tool, no budget, no reorganizations required. The goal isn't transformation overnight, but one visible win that proves learning can directly move e-commerce outcomes. These 5 actions create the foundation for everything in this framework. Now, five key takeaways to close with. So the first one is your e-commerce AI stack is only as good as team operating it. Technology doesn't deliver value by itself. Value comes from the people who know how to configure, how to optimize, and iterate on AI powered tools within e-commerce workflow. Second is map learning to the customer journey from search to the checkout. This is the most impactful strategy shift you can make. When learning is aligned to the funnel, every skill investment has a clear line to business outcome. And the third one is different roles need a different paths. As we talk about merchandisers, engineers, product managers, data teams, marketing, all interact with AI differently. One size fits all training wastes time and produces poor results. Role-based paths are dramatically moves the effectiveness. And fourth is embedded learning into e-commerce sprints. So we don't pull people out of the work. The embedded model is faster, has higher retention, and actually improves the sprint velocity rather than competing with it. And the fifth is measure e-commerce KPI. Conversion, average order value, revenue per session are not the course completion. This is how learning and development owns and keeps its seats at the leadership table. And overarching message over here is like invest in your e-commerce people and the technology will follow. The research is clear. The case studies are documented and the playbook is practical. The question is not whether this approach works, it's whether your organization is ready to make this shift. And with that, I would say thank you to everyone. I hope this session gave you practical evidence-based ideas you can take back to your teams. I would hand over back to the Preetham.
Thank you so much, Aisha, for a very insightful session today. And as we are done with the session, I would like to encourage all the participants, please drop your questions in the chat box in case if you have any, so we can address it. We have next 5 to 10 minutes to cover all the questions. And meanwhile, I would like to tell you that I do have some great announcement for all of you regarding the certification programs. So please stay connected till the end and let us know if you have any questions. And there's other way where you can post your queries through our blogs, GSTC blogs that we often post on our social networks. You can check our social medias and do connect with us. And please do share your questions. We'll make sure that one of our subject matter expert is getting back to you with the answers. So thank you so much, everyone. Let us know if you have any question. We'll wait for next 2 minutes. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session for today. And also, I would like to tell you all that I'll be sharing our speaker's Aisha Patel's LinkedIn profile link in the chat box. feel free to reach out to her in case if you don't have any question for now, or in case if you get any question later on for her, or anything that you want to discuss about today's topic. Feel free to reach out to her. You'll find the LinkedIn profile link in the chat box itself. So, Isha, I don't think so. We have any question for today from participants. So, I've already informed all of them. They can reach out to any time for any questions in case if they have later on. So, before I take the handover back, we would love to hear final thoughts from you for all of our participants who joined us today.
So, as a final thoughts, what I would say is don't follow the technologies. Instead of that, believe in your people, give them the atmosphere. That's where they feel the learning is excitement, is not like, hard pushing that they must need to finish this AI in this AI world. Instead of that, make that interactive, excitement, energetic in between kind of small modules, in between of like stand-ups or like tea talk or coffee talk, like that. And those, according to the role base, if that can be handed over to the within the team, that would be more fruitful, and it's like learning will be interesting topic for all in any of the industry, not specific to the e-commerce, but this is just I want to say any of the industry, it will be like more fruitful, outcome based.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Aisha, for sharing such a wonderful thought with us. And we'll look forward to have you for another session as well in the GSTC. So see you soon. We'll be reaching out to you for further sessions as we often conduct sessions on learning and development. So thank you so much for sharing your insight today, and we look forward to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So, dear participants, as I mentioned earlier, that I do have some quick announcement for all of you. So, I want to tell you all, we do have this certification program available in the GSTC, Certified Learning and Development Professionals. You can use the promo code that I've shared in the chat box. So, feel free to opt out the certification in case if you're looking for any upskill or any growth in your career, right? So, feel free to check this out. You'll find all the details in the chat box. And also, you can reach out to our learning advisors for more information and the detailed information about the certification program. And this is utility tool. We have introduced this tool earlier in the GSTC, where this tool will help you to level up your profile. How it will provide you an improvement tips, where you can improve your LinkedIn profile score, your AI skill score. Also, this tool has a feature where you can build your personal brand and AI generated resumes. You can create AI generated resumes as well. You can see this promo code, which is AUG100, as a discount code where you can apply these while checking this tool, where you'll be getting 100% off, and this is only for our webinar attendees. So check this tool out. I've already shared the link in the chat box. And I'm happy to make this announcement. Tomorrow we'll be having another incredible session on learning and development, where we'll be having speaker Krishni Aru Mugam. She'll be presenting the topic from intuition to risk intelligence, using data, AI, and operational insights to improve strategic decision making. So do not miss this. This is happening on the same time slot that you have joined right now, and you can use the same registration link to join tomorrow's session as well. And also, there's a big announcement that I'm going to make now, that we'll be having the panel discussions coming up. On 21st April 2026, we'll be having first panel discussion, and second panel discussion will be having on 5th May 2026 on learning and development in enterprise. Open panel discussion. Do join us. The time slot will be the same, which is 10:30 a.m. according to Central, 11:30 p.m. Singapore, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do join us. I have already shared the registration link, or you can scan this QR to register yourself. And also, as we're running 3 webinars in the GSTC currently, the one we have on enterprise AI at scale, reliability, security, and performance. As you can see, we have this incredible panel of speakers, AI experts, global experts who will be joining us to share their insights. I have already shared the registration link for this AI series in the chat box along with the WhatsApp group link. And there's another series which is happening on governing AI with ISO 42001 from policy to practice. As you can see, we have these industry experts who will be joining us to share their insights. You'll find the registration link for this as well in the chat box. And we would love to congratulate to all our raffle champions who have referred maximum people to our this specific series. Let's congratulate to them, and we'll be getting back to them for the rewards, which is worth $400. So winners have to earn at least 50 or more than 50 points by referring people, and we'll be getting back to them, as I mentioned, rewards which is worth $400. And in case if you're looking for any speaker opportunity at GSDC, feel free to reach out to us. You can share your speaker profile with us, as we have learning capsule, webinar, and podcast, a global platform like this. And you can connect with us over social media. You can scan this relevant QR to connect with us over social media to get daily update on event, webinar, boot camps, and any new certification launches that we come up. So feel free to scan these QRs and connect with us. So moving to the next slide, I would love to thank you all for joining today's session. I hope to see you all for the upcoming sessions as well. Until then, keep learning and take care of yourself. Thank you so much, Aisha. It was grateful to have you today. Thank you. We'll see you again. Bye bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.